What is up, YouTube? I'm back with another video here, and this has the potential to be a generously long video. So if you guys want to kick back and watch it, I'll just let you know ahead of time. This is going to be my recap from MCW Tribute to the Legends from Saturday, September the 30th. And this was awesome. I didn't think anything could top last year's, but it was amazing. Never had a bad experience with any of these wrestlers, divas. Some were kind of, more reserved and didn't really talk as much as the others, but that's expected. Some surprised me, some didn't. Get right into it. Start with some of the things I picked up. High spots at a table. I picked up a couple features. Was looking to get these. I had sent them a message on Facebook about these two. They didn't get it in time. They actually messaged me back like the day of the event. We were already down there, but saying that they wished we'd have got my message earlier. They would have sent these down, but they were relatively popular releases anyway, so they were there, and that is Jim Crockett Promotions, The Good Old Days, the 3-disc set. Picked that up. Really good one I've read. And then this next one, looking forward to checking this out. I didn't really know a whole lot about this guy, the superstar from the past. And really, to be honest with you guys, the first thing I ever heard was when this guy was killed. And then I started, because it was everybody back then. There was no internet and stuff like there is now. And I'm like, well, who's this guy? I need to look him up and see what he contributed to wrestling. And turns out he was pretty cool fella, a rebel, so to speak, in wrestling, and that is Bruiser Brody, wrestling's last rebel. So 3-disc set, and it's supposed to give everybody's interviews that were around this guy and worked with him and everything. So looking forward to checking that out on the matches. Then there was some tables that were selling autograph cards and framed pictures and some plaques. They even had a Sting autograph, Sting bat. They're pretty much there every time at MCW. And picked a few cards out. My friend actually got a Jerry the King Lawler Undisputed autograph for $5, because I told him that she had cut me a deal on these next 3 cards, and she cut him a deal on the one he wanted. So I did get all these for $13. I got Sami Zayn Redemption out of this year's Undisputed. And I was looking to pick up one of this guy. Didn't have any, and he's a legend. And that is the Iron Sheik. And then I needed this one. I didn't have the one out of 99. That is Luke Gallows autograph. So I think that's a pretty good deal. All those for $13. Heading on to the autographs, and I'll try to give a little story with each person that we met, how they were, and everything. Well, one of the first autographs was this guy who is a MCW alum, and he's like an indie guy, I guess you could say. Pretty tough. And he actually became MCW World Champion for the 7th time that night. This is his autograph because I didn't have any cards or anything of him on a decoy. The Bruiser got his. I've met him a couple times, but I never thought to get his autograph. But that was cool. Here is everybody that was there. I'll show this. Francine, Bubba Ray, we met before, the Steiner brothers. I didn't see Colonel Parker. Didn't mean he wasn't there because we spent a lot of time out in the one section of the building waiting for Kevin Nash. I'll get to that later. Tony Atlas, Madison Rain. I didn't see Mr. Too Sexy Brian Christopher either. Jillian Hall, Rosemary, Christian, Virgil, and Mark Canterbury, formerly known as Henry O. Godwin. And the headliner is Goldberg there. So I'll try to show from the least famous to the most famous first. This one would have to be, I think, the last autograph last autograph I got. This gal, she was pretty cool. Stayed in character pretty much the whole time, I do believe, and that was Rosemary. And I took my paint markers with me. She actually commented on that green marker because she has the green mist. So she said that really stands out, and she wished she would have gotten one of those to use that day. So Rosemary on it's larger than an 8x10, but still cool nonetheless. She was awesome. I was looking forward to meeting her. We met Ring of Honor diva Mandy Leone. I had my pink marker, and this looks really nice. She wrote it all over the pick, so that's really nice. She was super cool. Really, really, really nice. So she had a tons of pictures, and some of those custom kiss cards that you could buy. Then we met, let's see who will I go with next. The Queen of Extreme, Francine. Met her, and I got this 8x10, which was at her table, booth, whatnot. And in my opinion, she looks hotter now than when she was in ECW. I don't know if Video Creator will let me do an edited video now or not where I can add pictures, but if it does, I'll add pictures with these wrestlers, and like I do in some other videos. So she put Stay Extreme Francine with the pink marker, and I got her autograph on the Forever Hardcore documentary. So that was really cool. She was pretty nice. She was set up beside Bubba Ray Dudley, so that makes sense since they were ECW alums. And I took one figure with me to get signed. And if I would have known that eventually I would have met all the beautiful people, I would have gotten Angelina's last year figure from the TNA line and got it signed the way I got these, because these really turned out really sharp. And that is Madison Rain with the pink marker. See if I can get out of the shadow there. These paint markers look really nice on figures, guys. Maybe if I can stand it up and get a better shot of it. So she was really cool. She was one of the last ones that we met. She was really like spending time talking to the fans and stuff whenever you would go up to meet her. So she's really friendly. Let's see who I want to go with next. Sunny. She had a ton of stuff too. A ton of pictures and stuff. And she's going to be starting, well, she done recorded the first podcast. And with every purchase you made from her, you got a free signed. It's not big enough for an 8x10. It's kind of smaller, but I had her use a pink paint pen, and after she seen the way it turned out, though, she got hers out because she had one like it. So it turned out nice on that one. That was my free one. And I actually got an extra picture here because I wanted to get her book signed. I had this with me last year, but she wasn't there. I think she was in the hospital, and she signed it to Tim. Enjoy, Tammy, Sonny Sitch, 2011 WWE Hall of Fame. So that was cool. And the other pick I got was the Hall of Fame pick. This one turned out really nice with the pink marker as well. If I can get the glare off there. I think she put "Stay Cool." So turned out really nice. She had a ton of pictures. It was hard for me to make up my mind which one I wanted, but I did decide on the Hall of Fame one. She was friendly too. She was more friendly than what I thought she might be, and that's a good thing. It's always nice to meet friendly wrestlers, personalities. Makes for a better experience. I did meet this guy, one half of a Hall of Fame tag team and former world champion, Christian, and I got him to sign with the green paint marker. There we go. Won this TNA feature, the Instant Classic. He was pretty cool. He talked to us for about 5 minutes or so, which is long. My girlfriend, she asked him if he's going to be wrestling. He's like, hell no. And we were asking questions, and one of us asked what his favorite moment was from his career, and he said beating out Alberto Del Rio for the world title. That was cool. And I asked him about when they were going to do some more of the Edge and Christian show. I really like that show. I wish they'd come out with the DVD or the Blu-ray. And he said they want to get together and do some more stuff like that. I think it was really great and entertaining. So there is my Christian autograph. So that there completes. I now have an autograph of everyone that was in the original WrestleMania tables, ladders, and chairs tag team match that revolutionized wrestling. So that was the last person I needed. Too bad I couldn't have got them like all in one like thing, but I guess I still got them though. And then I met the Steiner brothers, and you see Scott. You've seen Scott on TV. He's like has this like unique personality and stuff like that. And Rick, he's the dog-faced gremlin, running around barking and everything. But those guys at the convention were really quiet. They were like laid back, reserved. Didn't say really a whole lot. My girlfriend asked Scott if he could do like his muscle thing, and he did oblige her on that. But just didn't really say a whole lot. But I did get 2 things signed by those guys. The first issue of WWE or WCW magazine. The very first issue of Rick Steiner, Scott Steiner there. Got that signed. And then in this hardback WCW book. Guys, I bought this. I don't know if I showed this in a video. A couple years back at a yard sale. It's kind of like the encyclopedias, but it has like it doesn't have as many wrestlers, and it has like a better feature. Like most of them take up 2 pages per wrestler almost. And let's see if I can turn to the right pages here so I can show you the Scott Steiner and the Rick Steiner autographs here. And I did get Goldberg to sign this. So I'll go ahead and show you that. His signature in this book. Goldberg. The man. Then let's see where we at. We're getting close to Scotty. Okay, and I asked Scott if he would sign on his bicep. I thought that would look cool, and he did. See if I can get the shadow out of the way there. So Scott Steiner, and then if I can get over here to Rick Steiner. There we go, Rick Steiner there. So that was all I got for the WCW encyclopedia, I guess you could say. Then I'll move on to the main headliner, which was Goldberg. You've seen one of the autographs there. And I was kind of on the fence about whether or not to get that Undisputed card signed, because I wanted, like, I like the bigger autographs, and the paint pens sometimes they have a tendency to maybe like if you only got like a short place to sign an autograph, it might kind of, you know, run together, since it's not like a fine marker, and I didn't want to really mess the card up, and I didn't know it takes a while for the paint pen to dry, and with the way they do the autographs, sometimes they might like throw all your things together, and then, you know, you end up with messed up autographs. So I didn't get the Undisputed card signed in green, but I did get his book, Goldberg, Strange Journey of America's Most Unlikely Superhero, and he did sign right there. Goldberg. He was pretty cool. I got like 3 handshakes from Goldberg. Really friendly guy. He seemed like he was really enjoying the show and wanted to be there and everything. And he did a question and answer after he did autographs and pictures. Really cool guy, seemed to me. And got his Blu-ray, which I always like getting Blu-rays and stuff signed. I got that signed, if I can talk, with the gold marker. Goldberg with the gold paint pen. And I actually left it at his table, so no big deal. And then the last thing I got was this WrestleMania jersey from last year, signed. Well, from this past year. Goldberg there. I didn't know if getting it signed on a number would show up as good as getting it signed on the white, so I just went ahead and tore the plastic there on the front, just like the sign there. So all in all, it was a great experience. Some of the other things, my girlfriend, which she doesn't know a lot of the wrestlers like I do, we were standing at one table there. I was looking like at the cards, and she was looking at the figures, and there was another guy over from her standing there looking at the figures, and she's like carrying on this conversation with him and stuff. And after he walked away, I was like, "Crystal, do you know who he's talking to?" She's like, "No." I said, that was Tony Atlas." She's like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah." And here's some cards they had for another event coming up. This guy here is Bruiser. He was going up against Sean Studd, who is Big John Studd's son, in the main event. It was Stairway to Hell match. And then earlier on in the event, Joey Matthews, who was Joey Mercury, who was half of J&J Security, he won the Battle Royal, which that gave you a guaranteed shot at the world title. Well, after Bruiser won, he cashed in his shot and became MCW champion. So that is just about everything. I do believe. Here's my ticket. on the event, but it was pretty fun. I liked the way they did it a little bit different this year, as far as it being kind of like a clusterfuck with VIPs mixed in with all the regular people. We first, as far as the headliner goes, everybody else was kind of more organized because there's more people there to see Goldberg than pretty much everybody else. And they took and did the autographs first. So they had a separate line for VIPs and a separate line for everybody else. The VIP line went first, of course. And then we came back later and got the professional photographs. I think they were like at 12. The autographs were at 10. So that gave... And then they had it at a separate part at the arena. They were separate. They were... Well, I did skip somebody here before I get away. There was one more person we met. And he was the one we had to, almost forgot, wait the longest for because he was late. The rumors had it that his plane was delayed. But I've heard from several people that he's always late. So I don't know what the case was, but we did wait for him for a good while. And he is a excuse me, a WWE Hall of Famer, and it was worth the wait. And that is Kevin Nash, and he gave me this one for free. I guess he was just signing these and handing them to people there at the table. But I did get 2 Blu-rays signed. I wanted to start getting signatures from the guys that started these 2 groups. Some are the same in each group, but it's okay. Maybe I can get the majority of them. And that is, here's the Click. And he signed, I guess, to give me plenty of room for everybody else there on his likeness, Kevin Nash. He was pretty cool. I did get video of him coming in the arena. And then he didn't really say a whole lot. I got the NWO one signed. Kevin Nash there. So that was cool. It was still fun to meet Kevin Nash. Everybody was throwing up the 2 sweets, and he was obliging. Seemed like he was, seemed like he was alright. Just didn't say a whole lot. But I think that is it. Am I forgetting anybody else? I think that's all. So I'm up to about 23 minutes already. I wonder if there's anything else I need to touch on. I think that was it. But if you guys live near Joppa, Maryland, it's not that far from Baltimore. You might want to check into this. I heard a rumor that they're going to have Legends next year in April. I don't know if it's confirmed or not, but this was the 2nd annual Legends that they had. And so far, each one has been better than the last. Last year was awesome. This year was even better. I met more people last year, but I got more autographs this year. So it doesn't make sense, but that is the way it happens. So I thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.